And now, of course, we are coming to the solutions. What can be for the future solutions? We need more and more energy. For example, now we are developing artificial intelligence, collecting data all around the world, and it takes lots of electric energy. How we can produce in the future clean energy, or which sources are the best for humanity not to face problems with climate or from any other environmental problem?
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to recognize that energy is used in many ways. When you talk about artificial intelligence and data centers, you're really talking about electrical energy. And electrical energy, there are many ways to make it. For example, nuclear reactors make electrical energy fine. They don't make any carbon dioxide. You know, they have problems which you can solve. And you can also make electrical energy from coal. China, for example, most of the electrical energy, India too, is from coal. In the US, we have an abundance of natural gas, so most utilities have opted for gas, combined cycle gas generation in the United States because of the cheap natural gas. So there will be different solutions for electrical energy for different countries, you know, just because of the accidents of what fuels are cheap. But I think that for the foreseeable future, there is no problem with, there's plenty of energy. There's fossil fuels. I don't know, I suppose eventually they'll run out, but that's not going to be anytime soon. And I think we should take the time, and we have generations of time. It's not just 10 years or 100 years, to learn how to make energy more efficiently, because if mankind survives, we will always need energy. And whether that will be nuclear energy or fusion energy, if someone has a good idea how to do nuclear fusion, that would solve a lot of problems. So far, they're stuck. It's too hard right now. But we have time to solve that. And if we don't self-destruct as a species, we'll solve those problems.
Yeah, you said right, if we don't self-destruct as a species. Can you send a message for Croatian audience at the end? Very important, because, well, they are listening, as I said from the start, fear-mongering from the media. They're telling them every day that we need to do something about climate, that very soon we will be flood, then we will have disasters, and future of our children is in danger. And we see organization who wants to make 15-minute cities, that they don't want us to travel, they don't want us to drive cars, they want us to only drive electrical cars. Things like this are present in Croatia, in our capital city, and in whole Europe. What is your message for Croatian audience about this topic?
Well, my message, not only for Croatian audiences, but for the whole world, is to think for yourself and recognize that you're subject all the time to propaganda, to advertising, which is also propaganda. And, you know, there's a reason for this message you're getting, and it's not for your own good. And one thing that would help most of your listeners is just to learn as much science as you can, and to think about numbers, you know. So if you really push many of these people with numbers, for example, if you ask them, if you double CO2, you know, you go from 400 parts per million today, or 430, whatever it is, to over 800. What difference will that make to radiation cooling of the Earth? You know, what a greenhouse gas does is it makes it a little harder for the Earth to cool off, radiating to space. That's the only place we can dump the heat. It has to go to space. And so the answer is 100% increase of radiation of CO2 only decreases radiation to space by 1%. 1%. So it's 100 to 1. So that's a very tiny amount, and it will not cause much warming. And so if you really look at the numbers, there's nothing about any of the hard physical numbers that's very frightening. You know, all of them look quite benign, and we know they're benign because the Earth has done these experiments many, many times in the past, and it's been much higher CO2 levels, and the Earth survived just fine. Life survived just fine. Life loved it.